Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Our guest today needs no introduction. Like Union Minister Kiran Rijiju said, every Indian knows her. And why not? She's repeatedly made the country proud. The print has managed to catch hold of PV Sindhu today from her residence in Hyderabad, where she returned to after a stellar performance at the Tokyo Olympics. Congratulations, and you've had a long day. You've been having a lot of tiring years in the past, constantly working at the sport. Just wanted to keep it very crisp and talk to you about how your journey has been. Tell us that one thought that crossed your mind when you lost at the semis, and that first thought that crossed your mind when you won the bronze.
Well, when I lost my semis, I was really sad, and I had really mixed emotions because I didn't know if I should be happy that I have another chance or be sad that I lost the semis. But I think it is very important to let go what has happened and to focus on what needs to be done. So yeah, my coach and my parents, motivated me and told me that it's fine. I mean, you still have an opportunity, and we believe in you. And my coach also told me that there is a lot of difference between getting a bronze and getting a fourth place. I think that hit me, and I just thought I will give my best because podium finish is a podium finish, and we all have worked so many years for this. So I just thought, yes, I am going to give my best and play my game and give my 100%. And
Right. You worked under different coaches. Rio 2016 was different. Now you're with a Korean coach, Park. Tell us that one striking difference between both of them. I know there's a lot of learning points from both the coaches. It's different when you work. But what is it that you've learnt new here? That one particular unique point, if you had to point out, which was different under Gopichand's training and now, what is that?
well, I think back then, I was really young and I was still learning. And now, after 5 years in this journey, I've had lots of ups and downs. I lost few. I won a lot of experience, and yes, pressure and expectations is a lot more. And I think Park, I've been working with him since more than a year now, and I mean, there's nothing to compare, but different, I would say. Park, understanding a player is very important, and that communication. And I think he always told me that, even in practice sessions or even in the games or in the tournaments, he always told me that, it's okay. I mean, you keep trying. I mean, if even you make a mistake, it's okay. You just try. I think, yeah, that's what I felt, is something different back then and now. And I think he always trusted in me and believed in me. I'm sure, I mean, every coach, trust in your player and believe. But I think, especially now, I'm sure after a lot of expectations and pressure, he still, I'm sure he knows everything of it. But I think overall, he just keeps me telling, it's okay, fine, just relax, just aram se, just keep going. Yeah, that's what he says.
So under the new coach, pacifying you was a lot more there, calming you down.
It was with all the coaches, because as a coach he needs to do his duty. But I think game wise and everything, maybe I've improved and learned new things. But maybe, yeah, with him it was more of like he kept telling, it's okay, keep trying new strokes even though you make mistakes. Yeah, I feel that's what is different.
Lockdown has been tough on all of us, physically, mentally. Going back to your post, which you posted a couple of months ago on Twitter, where reading the first slide of it gave many a heart attack. That what is Sindhu talking about? Is she talking about retiring, including me? But then the next you kind of motivated people. So tell us a little about what pushed you to put that post, and I have a follow-up question after that.
Yeah, it was more of like just I retire from the negativity what's been happening, and it's important to stay positive and be positive and keep yourself busy in doing something. So yeah, that's what I meant, and I hope later a lot of people understood. So sorry about that.
That's absolutely fine. I think all of your fans across the country understood that although a little late. So, detaching yourself from negativity, how tough has it been for you mentally? Not just physically, people have been really down mentally also. So, mentally, was it a challenge for you to concentrate during lockdown right before the Olympics? There was a delay also. Practicing before was a lot different. Practicing in 2020 is a lot different. So, mentally, what was the challenge?
Well, yeah, when it all started, I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen, but still, yeah, we all were in lockdown, and I was still training at home because it was very important to keep ourselves fit because Olympics was there at that point of time. But when sport has started, I think it's very important to get back to practice as soon as possible, and it just took a couple of weeks because I was already training at home, and that really helped me. And apart from that, I am. It was sad that, again, Olympics got postponed and there was one more year to go. But I think my coach has been really patient enough and worked really hard, and he's been very dedicated because he also sacrificed where he couldn't see his family due to this pandemic, and he's just been here. He just saw his family for like 13 days in a year, and he's always been there with me no matter what. So I think that was a sacrifice that he's done, and also I think the government has really supported me where I wanted to train in Gachibowli Stadium, and I've been practicing since February. So they've been very kind enough to say okay whenever I ask them that yes, because it was like international standards and the court conditions and the I had to control the shuttle. Controlling the shuttle was very important. So when I asked them that I wanted to train here because it's like Olympic conditions, and they immediately said okay. Obviously, yes, I follow the protocol rules and regulations, but it was really very kind, and I think that kind of encouragement and support was needed at that point of time, and that really helped us.
No, I'm sure that did, but what did you do different to focus on your mental health in lockdown?
Mental strength, yes, I kept myself busy doing something else because it was very important to be focused at that point of time, and I'm sure a lot of people have suffered, but I just had my focus on what needs to be done because it was not really far for Olympics, and we had to really be focused and work hard because I'm sure every single athlete would have worked hard and they've got enough time. And obviously we didn't know each other's game, and it was a tough task because after 5 years we don't know who's going to play like which way. Yes, of course, because 2016 back then was very different, and 2020 there were a lot of expectations, pressure, and responsibilities. So it was very important to stay calm, and obviously to stay calm, I kept doing a bit of meditation, and that really helped me in improving my mental strength.
Okay, so like I was talking about your gesture to Tai Si-young, and at the same time when she won silver, it was a tough time for you in semis with her, but she said you went and consoled her, told her it's just not her day. So is that because you share a special bond with her? But what made you do that? That was a really nice gesture.
Yeah, I mean, she lost in the finals, and I'm sure, I mean, every athlete feels sad and feels bad about that. But I think as an athlete, you understand another athlete how they're feeling and what's going on in their mind and head. So I just went to her and consoled her, saying that it's fine, it's not her day, because sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. It's all in the game. And I just said, just be in the moment, just enjoy the moment, because getting a silver also is definitely a great achievement. So yeah, that's what I told her, and of course she's like, thank you, and yeah, that's how I consoled her.
All right, quick last question. So what's next? What in plans? There's Olympics still has some more time, but you have a couple of other tournaments in between. But before that, how are you going to relax and unwind? What is that specific thing? Do you dance? Do you listen to music? What do you do? Eating home food, that's definitely there. You're back home. But what is that? How would you relax? And what's the plan next? When would you focus on back on your tournament?
Well, I'll take break for some time and start as soon as once I'm fine and I'm relaxed and everything, because I'm sure the next couple of days would be a bit busy. And yeah, after that, when I start my training, as I mentioned earlier, in October I have a couple of tournaments to play. So yes, I would focus on that and play my best.
How would you relax then? You still haven't told me.
Well, relax in the sense just spend time with my family members, and also I'm sure a lot of things to do where we'll have to go and meet the chief ministers and of course PM sir. A lot of things to do. That's why I said the couple of next days are going to be busy, but definitely gonna spend time with my family, some quality time, and then get back to training.
Well, your relaxed time also have a lot of tight schedule. We wish you all the best. Well, that was PV Sindhu joining us on the plane, laying out plans, lot of plans ahead. Also has to focus for the tournaments. This is Rishika Sadam for The Print from Hyderabad.